Well, I'm with Danny after a remarkable afternoon here at Priory Lane. Danny, someone just said, well, it's a great game if you're a neutral, but...
Unfortunately, I'm not a neutral, Kevin. There's a lot of positives and there's a lot of negatives to take from the game. Let's start with the positives, because I want to be positive. You play, you'll tell me how long we played with 10 men.
Over an hour.
Well over an hour with 10 men. You score 3 goals at home. Stefan Bombalonga scored again on only his third appearance for us. Greg Lewer's back on the score sheet. So that's positive. I felt there's some good individual displays as well. But if we're going to defend like we did and gift a side like St Albans 3 goals, then we're going to have major problems.
And that started early in the game. Really, the 10th, 11th minute, I think, was a bit of a gift.
Yeah, absolutely. We were on the front foot. I was really pleased the way we were starting against a ferocious wind, but there was no communication between Kieran, Kinder John and James Ferry, so your backs are against the wall when you're 1-0 down. So yeah, that was disappointing.
It did seem to me, though, that Borough had a lot more football in them, all respect to St Albans City, but you played some great football even with 10 men.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're trying to do, Kev. You know, we're trying to play good, attacking, entertaining football. You have to remember, people forget this is an entertainment business as well. There's I think the crowd was just under 500. Have come to Priory Lane this afternoon. They don't want to see us smashing the ball forward like you do see some teams. We do try and play. We do try and win games, and that's obviously our main objective. But I'm not happy tonight, in all honesty. You know, there's positives again. Obviously, we're in a relegation battle, as you said in the Herald this week, and you know it now means there's another game gone. And you know the advantage is still the same. Our numerical advantage is still the same as it was against St Albans, albeit just another game's gone down the line. But negatives, obviously disappointing that Copsey got the red and to play the game with so long. And I just felt our defending was generally very poor. It's not good enough. Obviously, we're still without our first choice goalkeeper, Tom Hadler, with that knee infection, and it's been difficult for, you know, obviously Scott's been in goal and Franco has been in goal, so it's been difficult, you know, whatever level of football. And I think you've seen it with West Ham this season. Whenever their goalkeeper doesn't play, Fabianski, they've got problems. So that's no criticism of the goalies who've come in. I thought they've performed admirably. So yeah, we have to live and learn, but it's a point, and it keeps the good run going at home. We're entertaining at home. The crowds are getting bigger. So you know, good job. I don't have too much hair, if any at all, because you'd be sitting there tonight pulling what you've got out.
You've got this rare luxury now of actually a week with no midweek game.
Yeah, since I've been manager, the boys have not had one night off. But I've given them Tuesday night off. We've had an amazing amount of games. You'll be able to tell me in so many days. And I felt, to be fair, both sides they look quite tired in the end. This fixture schedule in the conference is ridiculous. You know, you have no midweek games in February. You have none in March. They have to realise now that there's a vast number of the teams in the leagues who have artificial pitches. So their old adage of games will be called off it's nonsense now, because you know certainly in this league you've got Maidstone, you've got Slough, you've got Dorking, you've got Oxford, you've got ourselves, all have got artificial pitches. So why you can't have some midweek games scheduled early in February, even if they're on grass pitches, it does give you time to, if they were to be called off, to you know, have those fixtures played. It's not fair on non-league footballers, and I think you know perhaps the clubs need to really look at that, because we played so much football. We had that awful trip down to Salisbury last Tuesday evening, and it's too taxing. You know, you hear the top managers in the Premiership moaning about it, and we're in, certainly not at that level, we're in the Conference South, and it's too taxing on players. I feel tired. You know, it's hard managing. You feel generally physically and emotionally tired, and we're not running around. You know, I'd like to find, you know, in these games we've had, all these games, you know, how much someone like Kane Wills has run. It's not right, Kev.
Well, we started by saying that Danny Bloor is not neutral, and you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, that this man is not neutral. That's heart and soul from the manager, and thank you very much for it, Danny, and best of luck as the new year evolves.
Sure thing, and I'd just like to say to all the fans, I think they're starting to realise what we're all about now at Priory Lane. we may not be the best team, but we'll certainly be the hardest working, and we want the boys to run and give 110% to all of from myself, the manager, to the rest of my management team, to the supporters, to directors. I think that's a real adage I want to bring now, that we're going to work hard. You know, no one's going to come here, even if we're not at our best, no one's going to come here and get an easy ride from now on.
Thanks, Danny.
Cheers, guys.